Alright, bourgeoisie relatives, how we doing today? I am Chinoden, you are watching Follow That Flow, and I have all the links in the description, social media, and speaking of social media, what I have up here is my Minds profile. Now with Minds, and I'm gonna do another video that's more in detail about what you like how you basically how you can like the different stuff, like how you can boost your posts and how you like I'll go through it. Like I got 1,000 points here. This is $1.39 here, so I'm gonna go ahead and boost some of my posts. And the thing I found with this is just I'm basically, because you get 1 point, excuse me, 1 point for every post that you do, and then 15 points for blog posts. So just constantly posting material and videos every day, I think that's it's kind of time consuming, but I mean that's a good way that you can see like all these posts I did today. It doesn't add up to very much, but if you if you post 100 things a day, that's $1 a day. Or no, that's not my bad. If you post 100 things a day, that's 10 cents a day. uh, anyways, so yeah, I have the link in the description. They got a great affiliate program. 25% of the revenue Minds generates from your referrals. I don't understand why people aren't signing up. Free money, you guys. Come on. Free 5 cents every single hour to boost your posts, or just let that crap build up and put it right in your bank account, or get paid in Bitcoin. Pay it out to your wallet. It's every day. As long as you have this window up, you're making 5 cents every hour. I don't understand why I don't have any referrals yet. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know, like, because I've been promoting it in Facebook groups and stuff, and I don't get it. Like, Facebook doesn't pay you anything for posting anything, and they censor you. Like, and that's crazy to me. Like, okay, anyways. So yeah, check out Minds. Referral links in the description. I got a landing page that goes to the referral link. You can click on the link button that I have for it. Watch a video that I made. There's other links on the footer of the landing page. So check all that out. Some news about Hashflare. Hold on, let me grab this video if I still have it up. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know about Hashflare, but hot tip: Hashflare, the SHA-256 mining price doubles tomorrow. So buy today. Right now, 10 GHS is worth $1.20, and tomorrow it's going to be worth $2.40. So the price on the SHA-256 is going to double, whereas the script goes from $13.50 down to $11.50. So script is more profitable at this point because of, well, I mean, you got the ASIC miners and the ASIC technology. That's all, people are buying that up like crazy. So that's why this is happening. And also the SHA-256 prior to tomorrow was worth, the contracts were lifetime contracts, and now tomorrow, any contracts that you had, any SHA-256 contracts that you had prior to tomorrow, they're going to be expiring on the 31st of August next year. And then yeah, so all contracts on this website, on this business, are going to be yearly contracts now. So that's a bummer. They were lifetime contracts. I was pretty excited about that, but what do you do? And there's some people talking about, oh, there goes hash flare, bye-bye hash flare, whatever. I don't think that's going to happen. But I do think that a lot of people are not going to be using hash flare as much, or not be buying SHA-256 because it's not as profitable as script is. Especially that they dropped the script down $2. So, it is what it is. Anyways, let's move on to what I got today. Okay, so we were talking about the housing bubble yesterday. So I found this article on National Association of Realtors, and this was actually featured on one of the Silver Doctors articles that I was reading. So Americans think homeownership is a sound investment. By Jane Dullinger, or that's the media contact. So, this was released. Wow, was this released that long ago? And why have we not heard this information? Look, 2015. This happens a lot more than people think. You know, like the whole motu proprio thing, like that happened in 2013, and nobody knew about it until. Well, I mean, not nobody, but the majority of people didn't know about it until the 7th of July this year. Isn't that crazy? Like, look at this. Like, they said this as well. So, a vast majority of Americans believe that buying a home is a solid financial decision, and most believe they could sell their home for at least its initial purchase price. According to a new survey from the National Association of Realtors, the 2015 National Housing Pulse survey also found that a preponderance of Americans that think that now is a good time to buy a home. The survey, which measures consumers' attitudes and concerns about housing issues in the nation's 50 largest metropolitan statistical areas, found that more than 8 in 10 Americans believe that purchasing a home is a good financial decision, and 68% believe that now is a good time to buy a home. 71% believe they could sell their house for what they paid for it, a jump of 16 percentage points from 2013. When asked for reasons about why home ownership matters to them, respondents' answers did not change significantly from past years. Building equity, wanting a stable and safe environment, and having the freedom to choose their neighborhood remain the top 3 reasons to own a home. Home ownership is part of the American dream, and this survey proves that dream is alive and thriving in our communities, said NAR President Chris Policron, executive broker with First Choice Realty in Hot Springs, Realtors, Arkansas. Realtors believe that anyone who is able and willing to assume the responsibilities of owning a home should have the opportunity to pursue that dream in a safe, responsible way, which is why NAR advocates homeownership issues and educating potential buyers about achieving their properly investment goals. The number of renters who are now thinking about purchasing a home has increased since the last survey in 2013, up from 36% to 39%. 61% of renters stated that owning a home is a priority for their future. According to the survey, 80% of respondents believe that pre-purchasing counseling programs and classes are very or somewhat important. 45% of homeowners who said they did not take a counseling program reported they would have taken part in one and had it been easily available to them. Attitudes about the housing market have improved in recent years. 49% of respondents indicated that they feel activity in the housing market was increased in the past year, compared to 44% in 2013 and 12% in 2011. 89% expect home sales in their area to either increase or remain the same, Concern about foreclosures has also declined, with only 15% of respondents indicating that foreclosure is a major concern. In addition to improved attitudes about the housing market, survey participants also showed an improved outlook regarding the economy. Only 36% think that job layoffs and unemployment are a big problem, a substantial drop from 45% in 2013. Perceived obstacles to home ownership have remained mostly unchanged compared to recent years. 78% of respondents point to college debt and student loans as the main obstacle to make a home purchase affordable. 76% of participants said they have a full-time job but still did not make enough money to purchase a home. 74% believe they do not have enough money for a down payment and closing costs. As the market has improved, concern about the cost of housing has increased. 2/3 of survey participants said that home prices are more expensive than they were a year ago. This is additional concern over the lack of available housing. 41% said the lack of affordable homes is either a very big or fairly big problem in their area, and an increase of 9% points from 2013. For adult millennials under the age of 35, the burden of student debt is their chief concern, with 86% of respondents naming college debt as an obstacle to home ownership. Over half reported that their housing costs are a financial strain on their budget. 65% are concerned about high rental prices, and 60% are concerned about high home prices. However, millennials tend to have more upbeat and positive view about the future of the nation than older Americans. Obviously, because older Americans have been victims of the most heinous brainwashing techniques since the TV came out. They had brainwashing techniques with the radio, but when the TV came out, that's when stuff really started to go downhill for the generation older than us. Well, because I'm like 28 years old, so the generations older than us, like my parents' generation and grandparents' generations, they have no clue about a lot of this stuff because they are fixated on the TV and what the TV has to say, and that's how. Look at where our country is today. Not our country. Look at where our world is today, and this is a direct effect of the brainwashing of people through technological devices such as the TV, the radio, and now we have smartphones that read your biometric data. We have smart TVs and they can listen in on your conversations in your home. So there's basically no privacy if you have these smart devices. So, where was I? Older Americans, with 42% of millennials saying that the country is headed in the right direction compared to only 20% among those aged 50 and older. So the 2015 National Housing Pulse Survey is conducted by American Strategies and Myers Research and Strategic Services for NAR's Housing Opportunity Program. The telephone survey polled 1,000 adults nationwide in the 50 most populous metropolitan statistical areas, and additional 250 interviews were conducted with millennial adults born after 1981 from the same geography. The study has a margin of error or plus or minus 3.1 percentage points. And I just want to bring up a point. A little while ago, I started off saying this. My aunt was like, when my son was born, my aunt came down and she was just being very negative, talking crap about other people, and just, I didn't really appreciate her demeanor. And my son just came into the world, and I didn't appreciate her bringing that crap around my son. And I ended up getting kind of loud, and we were at my house at that point, and my wife and my son were still in the hospital, and it was my mom and my aunt, and she just, it's like what I was saying, the brainwashing. Like, she loves her old cartoons, and she loves those old Western shows, and these are all filled and riddled with propaganda and disgusting brainwashing techniques to make you think a certain way. And this is why that whole generation is like that. So I don't know if you can hear that back there. There's some cooking going on, so my apologies if you can hear that. But okay, so anyways, the telephone survey polled 1,000 adults nationwide in the 50 most populous metropolitan statistical areas. An additional 250 interviews were conducted with millennial adults born after 81 from the same geography. The study has a margin of error plus or minus 3.1 percentage points. The National Association of Realtors, the voice for real estate, is America's largest trade association, representing more than 1.1 million members involved in all aspects of the residential and commercial real estate industries. So now, I actually didn't even get to the point of why I was talking about my aunt and that whole situation. Now, what came to me during that conversation, it started off as a conversation, but she kept naysaying everything that I was saying, like, and I was using positivity, and I was talking about, like the state of our reservation and our people, and where the people's minds are. And I was stating that, like, everything that you're saying, and is a direct product of the genetically modified food that we were given as commodities, because at a certain point we couldn't hunt off the land or gather off the land, so we had to, well, not we, but our ancestors, the older generations, had to resort to the commodities. Obviously, we know now that GMOs are not good whatsoever. And there will be still a lot of people trying to argue against that, but there's just too much data out there now because of the internet. So, anyways, what my main point about that was, I was telling her, you know what? Our older generations have failed us. You know why? Because they gave up faith. They gave up. They rolled over and they gave up, and they let the propaganda tear them down and let it get them into a depressed state of mind. And it was clearly obvious how it affected our families. The men would go out and drinking a lot, and when the parents would go out drinking a lot, they'd come home and be fighting and stuff, and it just there's so much to it that people aren't understanding. So my main point was, our older generations have failed us. Why? Because they gave up. They gave up faith, and they just let the TV tell them what to do and how to think and how to be. And we don't have to fight this. The more we fight this, the more we create dissonance. We don't have to fight. We just have to not participate in whatever that is and create our own reality. And I know that sounds crazy to some people, but that's really how it works. So, and then so this is, almost 20 minutes already. It's crazy. So there's this other thing that I wanted to just touch on briefly. Move over Bitcoin. Burger King's new crypto can buy more than just a Whopper. I mean, with all the information on fast food and what it does to us and how it's, my God, like how I go past McDonald's, right, and I just I stare at it in disbelief, like how many freaking people are still eating this crap. How many people are lined up outside that McDonald's or outside that that Burger King or Hardee's or whatever? It doesn't matter what it is. It's still all crap. It's not good for you. And the people are still flocking to it. How does this happen? Well, what did I just say? Brainwashing, right? The techniques, the technological techniques that they use. They. It's more than just the government, obviously. A lot of people want to blame it all on the government, but you know what? There's other aspects at play here that don't get me started. But so anyways, let me go ahead and refresh this here. I forgot to go over the gold and silver prices, and then I want to go over Bitcoin prices real quick. So silver's at 1764, coming back up. So what did I say? I was gonna come, halfway. Came down halfway from the last, spike. Not even halfway. But that's still looking pretty good, right? So gold also. Well, it made this jump up, and it's actually kind of staying up there. So we might see maybe a little bit of a correction, or maybe we even might see another spike. Who knows? Depends on a lot of things, I guess. But so this is just kind of talking about what makes a bubble, or when is a bubble a bubble. So Beanie Babies, that's a bubble, and I don't know. I don't want to go through it because we're already over 20 minutes. So I'm trying to keep these videos shorter, but there's just so much. So all right, well, just wanted to let you guys know, like, this is what's happening. The corporations are getting into the cryptocurrency market, and maybe this was a plan from the beginning. Who knows? I'll be back with another video, and thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. I'm Chinoden. This is Follow That Flow, and yeah, I'll just have the Bitcoin prices and everything in the next video, so stay tuned. Peace.